this whole conversation though can be switched from hip hop to sports, because I feel like hip hop artists, celebrities, especially like guys like Kendrick and J. Cole, like they have this onus, they have this thing where it's like you have to talk about this, right? But then you look at sports, and there's guys, actually sports in general, where it's like, oh, we don't talk about politics, right? We don't talk about keep politics out of sports. This is just for fun, entertainment purposes. But then you have guys like Jackie Robinson, Bill Russell, Muhammad Ali, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Colin Kaepernick, LeBron, guys who have said, screw that.
Yeah.
Forget it, right? Why do you think there's a difference in, I guess, sports and the way people look at it as like a distraction and an escape and et cetera versus music where it's not so much?
Well, I think first of all, the paycheck. Check plays a big part because athletes are making significantly more money in a quicker amount of time. Right. And at the same token, you have sports have always they've always tried to keep players not human, if that makes sense. Like, this is what I do, this is all I talk about, this is all I do. You know what I mean?
Especially like hockey, like those guys are they're computers.
They want nothing to do with it.
Yeah,
they want nothing to do with it. And like you have the NFL where that was the same type of deal, like bunch of drones, nobody wants to speak up or speak out.
Yeah.
And it always just takes one person. Like even in the NBA, I can't remember who was the first one to really speak out on things, but the NBA they recognize the value in humanizing their players.
Right?
Like LeBron, aside from being one of the best athletes ever, he's a family man. He's a husband. He's a great dad, and he does this. He builds schools and brings his friends along, and he's got the same friends since high school. Like they give you a good story. Football. When I watch football documentaries, it's always, he was in football from when he was 7 years old. And then they show him football playing high school, and they show him football in college, and then they show him football NFL.
Don't forget the one tragedy. They got to add one tragedy in there.
One tragedy until his father died, and he wanted to play anymore. And like, it's always just one track. They never really try to go outside of that.
Right.
And I feel like what Kaepernick did was amazing. That sparked something in people, especially athletes, because now you're seeing some of the top players in the NFL, and that's one thing that they need to realize is they're starting to realize their power.
Right.
They at the whole time, for so long, we've acted like owners are the ones that have the power and coaches have the power. The players have the power. They're the ones we come to see. Ain't nobody coming to see Jerry West.
Nope.
Ain't nobody coming to see Masai Ujiri. I'm sorry. But, like, we're here to see the players. And without them, it's nothing. So that's why you're seeing a player like Kyrie in the group chat saying, yo, we should start our own league.
Right.
And I don't blame him for that. They should have been thinking like that forever. Like, if you had an NBA filled with white players, which is basically just going to be the Euro League.
Right.
And the Euro League is not pulling in the same type of numbers as the NBA. If all these black players said, yo, fuck the NBA, they could do that. And I think Adam Silver knows that. I think, what's his name? Roger Gooden.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think he knows that. Yeah. And they recognize it because the NFL, look how long they've been dissing Kaepernick.
Yeah. It's been, 5 years now, and they've been blackballing him ever since.
All of a sudden it's, I'm so sorry. We apologize. You guys should speak up, man. Like,
yeah.
It's a leverage thing. Once you realize your power, you can leverage whatever you want.
So I'll ask you this: like, there's been moments in history where these guys have used their platform in sports to make a stance, and it's been extremely powerful. Like, if you think like the Olympics in '68 when they had the fists up, that was extremely powerful. Again, like Muhammad Ali, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Colin Kaepernick now. Like, those have been impactful moments. People just, like, you can just think of that off the top of your head, right? So then what's the, like, we know that sports is a distraction, that NBA, when it comes back, it's going to be a distraction. But if they actually did something that would be just as powerful, if I don't know what you could do. Do you think
it's
it
too set up? It's too
Yeah.
set up.
Okay, fair. Like it's
It-
too
like-
planned out.
Yeah, like
Okay,
it's like you're anticipating them to do something. Whereas Kaepernick was like, "Yo, did he just kneel down?"
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like those moments, all those moments you spoke of were impromptu moments.
Mhm.
Like the fist was planned, but amongst them. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like it was public knowledge that he was gonna go up there and put up the fist. Because if that was the case, that stadium would have been filled with Black Panthers. They would have been ready. You know what I mean? Like, so I think those moments you can't manufacture them. They gotta it's gotta be a feeling that you have, that you go with, and that you don't announce, because it's actually kind of scary what you're about to do.
Right.
I don't think there's anything scary or heroic the NBA players could do at this point, aside
Other than not play.
other than going onto the court and standing there.
Right.
Because they said we're not playing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the only way, because that is something no one would expect. You know what I mean? Like if you're going back and you're doing practices and warm-ups and all that stuff, and then you go out there and everybody's like, everybody just be like, yo, what the fuck is going on? That's gonna make the news everywhere. It'll make, if they have a message like, say, like, I don't know, they take off their jerseys and every man has "I can't breathe" tatted on their chest. I don't know, like
Right.
Yeah. It would be something that would spread amongst the world for sure. But it's difficult to manufacture those moments.
No, that's fair. That's fair. And it has to be a level of authentic. Like it has to be real.
Yeah.
And you touched on that. I think, a lot of unfair criticism has fallen on Kyrie and what he's talked about. And I just feel like at this point, for every reason, Kyrie has become like the pinata of the NBA. Something's wrong, all right, blame Kyrie, and
He brought a lot of that on himself.
Yeah, I know he did. He did. You're right. But like in this situation, he's 100% right.
He's 100% right, but he's going against the establishment.
Right.
So it's like, no matter what, they're gonna paint him as the villain because he's going up against them. So Adam Silver makes that call. Hey, yo, Woj, talk about that. Don't let him sleep. Like, hey, yo, Kendrick, get on that boy ass. Like, I don't want to see this anymore. And it's hard for the NBA to win behind the scenes when his argument is rooted in something we're all fighting for.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's very hard to paint Kyrie in a dark light when he represents the voice of the people right now.
Right.
A majority of people don't want the NBA back.
Yeah. I mean, even outside of everything that's happening right now, COVID-19, literally the cases that are happening in Florida is nuts. Like, if I was an NBA player right now, I'd be like, nah, fam, you can keep that championship.
I'm not going there. Florida, of all places, you decided to keep it.
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah.
Like, even, let's just take COVID out of it.
Yeah.
Florida, like, that's crazy.
This is the place where if you were to search up your birthday with the name Florida, you could find something crazy that happened.
You could find a serial killer that was born on the same day as you, for sure.
Probably.